Welcome to the first session of the Legend of Zelda campaign, 5th edition. We are doing this as a Best Buddies get-together and hangout. So we have several new players and one semi-veteran who are all ready to play today. And we're going to give you an introduction. We are going to start off with our Gerudo. Your name?
I am Garlo.
Garlo? What's your actual name?
Chris.
Okay. Next.
I'm Kelly, and my character's name is Cookie.
Hi, I'm Travis. My character's name is Jackal.
Hi, my name is Skylar, and my character's name is Kim Momo Sakura.
So there you go. So we have a male Gerudo, we have a Kokiri, we have a Twilight, and we have a Ocean Zora. We do have other players who plan on joining, but this is only the first session. So today you are going to get some backstory, and you are going to get a bit of action, not too much, as we roll through with this. So here is the story, guys. There is an age of calamity when Ganon, the great destructor of legend, has come around. You guys are 100 years prior to that event. The only thing known in the land is Ganon is a constant legend and a threat, though he's not been seen in these lands for hundreds of years at this point. The great land of Hyrule is a very vast land consisting of mountains, volcanic areas, swampland, desert, and regular fields. You each have your own areas. The Gerudo in the desert, the Kokiri in the North Highland Forest, the Twilight in the Twilight area, the dimension. Realm, yeah. And the Zora in the ocean marshlands.
You're in the marshlands.
In the marshlands.
At least I'm in the Twilight where it's always night.
Where it's dark and light at the same time.
It's like in between light and dark.
Oh, dear. We start off in the Gerudo Desert. You currently reside in Gerudo Village at the moment, and you have just finished training. As you already know, your father's power grows. But you also know you have been chosen by the leader of the village, Audrey, the female ruler, to be her chosen champion. The rest of the Gerudo are weary of you, but you honestly have not given them a reason other than your origins.
Yep.
What are you doing currently?
I was going to say, for context, the Gerudo are an all-female tribe. So a male being born into the Gerudo is weird.
Male being born in the Gerudo is weird and unnatural, but not unheard of.
The only other male that was born into the Gerudo was Ganon himself, because he used to be a Gerudo as well.
Yes.
So, what am I doing? It's a good question.
What are you doing at the moment? You remember, you have just finished your training.
Who's the leader again?
Audrey Renish.
I'll go see her. It's a her, yeah, because they're all girls. I just said that!
As you approach the steps to the palace, Audrey's right-hand maiden comes down the steps looking for you and goes, "Oh, are you on your way into the palace, Gardo?
Garlo, that is." And yes, I am currently going to see I keep forgetting her name.
Audrey.
Audrey, I'm going to go see Audrey.
Go ahead and write down Audrey, A-J-I.
A-J-I?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That'll work.
You and Audrey have a personal friendship and connection, and that comes from when you appeared at the in the Gerudo village about 10, 11 years ago after you escaped your father's area. You had a treacherous journey, though due to your father's training, it wasn't much of a journey as it was a really boring walk for you.
Yeah.
You have ended up getting to the village where Audrey welcomed you with kind of opened arms.
Yeah.
and took you in. The rest of the Garuda were a little weary, but she was the leader, so their choices did not matter. And she was young when she was younger than she is now. She is about 10 years your senior, so she's about 10 years older than you.
Okay.
You would definitely have a close relationship with her on a first name basis. So you do not say mistress or anything. You are on a first term name basis with her.
Okay.
And you definitely, she goes, well, that's good because Audrey is looking for you. So if you're coming in, then let's go.
Yep.
And you go into the area, and Audrey is waiting for you. And she goes, oh, good. I was afraid that you weren't coming.
Oh, I just got caught up in training, so now I'm here. I heard that you were looking for me.
Indeed I was. I have a piece of mail for you.
Piece of mail, I don't normally get mail.
No, but this one you're going to want to accept. And she hands you an almost lightly tone-colored envelope with the seal of the Hylian ruler on it.
I noticed it, and I'm like, Hylian ruler wants me. What's this about?
That's a good question. I haven't opened it, so
I open it.
When you open it, it reads the following. Garlo, I have for you a proposition that you would want to hear. You are needed to help save Hyrule. I have kept a close eye on you and your training and where you've come from. And while it is unprecedented for me to ask, I must. Come to the castle. You will not be the only one participating in this journey, but you are needed. And it would be very much a needed hand to the kingdom of Hyrule.
Is that it?
Yep.
So after I get done reading it, I scoff at it, and I look at Audrey, and I'm like, what is this? I'm supposed to help save the world? I don't think anyone really needs me.
If the king of Hyrule is asking for you, I think it's pretty important. We are on good terms with them, and we are kind of preparing for a war that is coming, and only you really know when that war is coming. And I have a feeling that the king knows that as well.
I don't think the king's going to take too kindly to me, because I'm pretty sure the king knows who I really am.
Yes. But I don't think he would have known that and not invited you. After all, if he does say in the letter that you are needed, something tells me he's been keeping a close eye on you. I would go and at least hear what he has to say. And after all, you can let him know if you are in the presence of the king. Something tells me it's nothing that he doesn't already know.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I look at Audrey and I'm like, man, I just don't know if he's going to take too kindly to me, especially after what my father's done for centuries.
Go to him and see what happens. But first, your training equipment and such are not very travel worthy. Go to the personal armory. If you go to the armory, you know what weapons you use. Everything down there is in tip-top shape, and everything you can use in normal.
Well, I guess you're right, because I don't really particularly like what my father did. But at the same time, I guess I do have a debt to pay to the king, considering we are on good terms with them. Sure, I'll see what's up.
That's pretty funny.
So then I head over.
Okay.
feel like we're at a bar right now.
ASMR.
Too much information.
You go down to the armory.
Mm-hmm.
When you go down to the armory, there is quite a bit to choose from. I want you to roll me a survival check. So it's a d20 and then add your survival score.
Which is 0.
A 5.
5.
You start looking around, stumbling a little bit, and you're kind of like, perhaps. And you're kind of like eyeing the weapons up a little bit, like, I don't know, this feels kind of weird, just jumping around down here a bit. Don't know about this. Audrey comes down and watches you by the door, and she goes, "What are you doing?"
I'm looking at all these weapons and none of them seem to cater to me.
Last time
I'm
I
a
checked,
manly man.
Last time I checked, well, you were pretty handy with a greatsword, a short bow, and javelins. Why don't you take those? I think those would fit you the best.
Go ahead and do that. Need to drink first.
No, you know what she could do? She just take Travis's drink and just pour it in her cup. I'll let you drink it all.
What are you doing?
I think she had too much of the Mike's Hard Lemonade.
She doesn't get any more. Alright.
You're cut off, girl.
She's not allowed to get any more.
Here, let me throw this away for you.
ASMR.
Anyway, ASM nothing. Alright, so.
Anyways, I look at her and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should probably just take what I'm most favorable with. I was just trying to see if there was anything else.
Very well. Next. In the Zora Kingdom.
Oh no.
Oh.
Here
we go.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Yeah.
You are currently in one of your training sessions, Kim. You go by Kim or you go by Sakura? Which one do they call you mostly?
Sakura.
Okay.
Okay, it's her, not me yet. Okay, good. I'm good. I'm not even drunk
Your
yet.
your name's not even Sakura. It's Cookie.
I'll poke you. That's all.
Her name is Milk. You are currently training.
Okay.
Sakura, you are currently training amongst the many Zora. They have just started to take a break from all the training. You've been training for about roughly 2 hours. And you're taking a break. What are you doing during your break? You know you only have about a 15-minute break.
Going over my thoughts and eating eating food to rebuild my muscles.
Okay. So you are currently snacking a little bit. And the princess, Lanira, comes forward and approaches you. And she says, "Sakura, the king wishes to see you."
I would come to the king.
Okay.
Oh god.
So you head up to the main palace throne room where the king is. Write down the king's name as
King Dodo.
King Dodo.
Sorry.
If I laugh so hard out to laugh.
King Mono.
King
King Mel.
Travis, calm
King Zolto. Z-U.
Where do I put the
Put it somewhere that you're gonna remember. Just somewhere that for a note.
King
Zolto.
I should laugh because I'm probably next.
Okay. King Zolto, you approach. He is on his throne at the moment, surrounded by some of his best guards. And the king looks to you and goes, Sakura, I am glad you have come forth. I have a letter for you from the king of Hyrule.
I was sucked. And I sucked, and I will read it and do my duty.
Okay. So what the letter says to you is that it says, Dear Lady Sakura of the Zora Temple, I, the King of Hyrule, need you for a very important assignment that is going to require the help of the mightiest champions of Hyrule. It is you and others that I have requested to come meet me at the palace. I hope to see you there in a couple of days.
I will come.
Okay. King Zolto will look to his daughter and go, Princess Lanira, take our champion and go outfit them with some of our best armaments. And the princess will take you down. She gives you a monk tunic, which you already have down on your sheet, that has the Zora symbol on it. You also get the hand axe, some darts, and that's about it. You have, everything you need to start your adventure, including you go home to pack, and you are soon on your way. Travis.
It's my turn finally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it was originally going to be Kelly's next, but you've insisted, so.
Oh, what was the,
Oh, good. I'm glad I'm
what was the
laughing.
princess name again?
Lanira.
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 Oh boy, Travis is next. This should be good.
In the dimension and realm of Twilight, you are among
Okay. Focus.
you are among all your other Twilight companions, upkeeping with your training, as you know the shadows of the evil that threaten to invade that area are on the rise. What are you currently doing though after your training for the day?
I'm packing to get ready to go kill people.
You can't just go.
Well, I
kill
guess
people.
I can't say that. Or I guess instead of getting
'Cause
ready
you're-
for,
Yeah, because you
I'm getting ready to go to work. I guess go and make clothes. I guess.
right, because you're the tailor of the
'Cause I'm
royal
the head
family.
of the royal family, so I guess
yeah,
I'm getting nice stuff
that makes
together
sense.
for
Yeah.
work.
There was a knock on your door.
And I open it.
It's Princess Midna.
Your Grace.
She smiles, and Midna puts her hand to her chin and goes, May I come in, Jack?
Of course, you may enter. Please enter.
Now, you live in the palace because of your work. So you actually live in the palace because they have granted you a home there, since you are always on call.
Yes, I get a bougie place finally. Something bougie.
And Midna says, Well, I've gotten a request from Hyrule. Roll me a history check. So take your D20, the one in front of you, and roll it, and then add your history score to it.
I got a 7, and then
What's history on there?
let's see, history.
It's gonna be under your skills.
I think history is skills. Oh, history 2. So 7, 9.
What
Yeah,
was
you
it?
said
It's a 2, and your roll was a 7. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's 9.
So that's
Okay.
9.
So here's what you know. Hyrule is the other side of the Twilight portal. In Twilight, in the Twilight Dimension, there is a special portal to slip between the realm of the dark and the realm of the light, which is Hyrule. In order to use the Twilight portal, you need to be given access to it. And Midna hands you a bracelet. And she goes, this will give you access to the Kingdom of Hyrule. The portal that you will be taking will take you right in front of Hyrule Castle in the town.
So do I go and pack my things then and leave the palace?
She goes, I want you to pack and go down to the Armory. Take what you need, because I've seen you train. And I think you're going to be our champion.
Yeah.
Do a good job.
I will, Your Majesty.
And that'll be it. Go ahead and try them again.
If they say they're busy again, we're not going to do it again.
And just take them out.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right. The Kokiri.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. In Kokiri Forest, it is a beautiful day in the forest. Sun is lightly shining in the trees. Your youthful selves all enjoying the small breeze coming through the forest. You are with 4 other fairyless Kokiri at the moment. Kokiri are known to get fairies, but none of you have them so far.
Okay.
It is very rare for someone to get a fairy more than once a year. However, roll me a d20.
20.
20.
Oh my god!
Okay then.
You hear the sound. You hear the sound of a fairy actually flying towards you as your eyes follow the glowing ball. It approaches and sits on your shoulder.
So shiny. I want to touch it.
You do. The fairy actually speaks to you, and you can understand it, as the rest of your Kokiri can. And she goes, "Hi there."
Hi.
I do the same part.
She goes, "The great Deku tree wishes to meet with you."
Okay.
Okay.
You head over to the great Deku tree with your new fairy. As you approach the great Deku tree, it is so, in essence, how the great Deku tree looks to anyone else. It is a big Deku tree, but we're talking, it's like the size of a large building. It's huge. What you see is the Deku tree looking down at you, and he goes, "Cookie."
Here's some milk.
I have called you because the great kingdom of Hyrule and the great land that we live in is in danger.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
That is so funny, like, oh no.
Anyways.
You go ahead and see the Deku tree. One of its limbs comes down and it puts on the ground in front of you a box. And it says, "The great king of Hyrule has gotten in contact with me and has asked me to choose a Kokiri as one of our champions. You will be our champion."
Woohoo!
all the adventures that you have done up until this point is to help us all. I hope that you will take what's in this chest and move forward to the land of Hyrule and take this fairy with you. Take this fairy with you as part of your traveling companion.
Do I really have to take this ferry?
The fairy will be a direct connection. The fairy will be a direct connection with me. Also, in game, the fairy is actually very useful. It has half of your stats and half of your hit points, and you can use it to help you scout. And you can also technically use it as combat advantage, which is if you end up getting surrounded by an enemy, you can place it in a square opposite of you around the enemy and get a bonus for it.
But what if it starts to get a pain in my ass and I don't want it?
Yeah. I see the direction you're going with this, Kakiri.
It is not like Navi or anything. It will not be going, hey, listen. No, it's not. No, the fairy will be until you talk to the fairy, it won't be actively chewing your ear off.
Okay.
Okay, so you've taken what's in the chest in front of you, which is what do you have, 32 money, I think?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah. So you've taken 32 from there, and the Great Deku Tree opens the door to the inner sanctuary of him. And he says, inside are going to be equipment that you exactly need for your adventure. Go and take them.
Okie dokie.
God.
You got it, boss.
You got it, dude.
Yippee skippy. So you go ahead and go down into the Great Deku Tree. And down there is another chest. When you open it, you find the following items that you have on your sheet now in that middle area. There should be like a herbal kit,
Wooden shield.
Yep, wooden
Leather
shield.
armor. Explorer's pack.
Did I not give you a weapon?
You're not the boss.
Oh, yeah, you have the scimitar. Oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, scimitar.
Oh god, she's gonna whack things with scimitar.
Here's my scimitar.
Ow.
That was salty.
You chill the hell out over there.
No more alcohol for you. Not even if we go to Olive Garden. You stay away from the alcohol.
Okay.
God.
Anyways.
I got a pair for like a
Big
ponytail.
flag, okay.
This is gonna be one hell of a party.
Oh, yeah. And we're not even done making the party yet.
And we just started.
We just started.
We at least have 2 confirmed players, but just aren't here today. And then we have,
Virtual people.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah.
So, all right. You are the first one to get to Hyrule Castle Town. When you get to Hyrule Castle Town, the guards of Hyrule Castle Town stop you for a moment and go, halt.
Is there a problem, officer?
We just need to know what is your business in Hyrule Castle Town, sir.
I show him the letter.
And the guy looks and he's like, oh, chosen by the king. Son of a bitch. And he folds it up and he hands it back to you. And they part ways and they go, after you, sir.
Thanks.
Calm down.
Very simple conversation.
Anything, what do you do when you go into Hyrule Castle? Or like in the town at least?
I observe what's going on.
Roll me a perception check. Or you can use your passive perception.